Good evening, class. My name is Aaliyah Epps, and today I will be critiquing my own speech as well as the speech of two of my classmates. The two classmates that I have chosen are Susan Hayes and Paul Woods. Susan Hayes, she recited William Faulkner's Nobel Prize acceptance speech, and her reason for choosing the speech is because she said it was very inspiring and it motivated her, and that her goal was to one day inspire people too. And I think her conviction in reciting the speech shows that she's sincere about that. She also talked about one particular quote from the speech in her opening that says, "Men will not only endure, they will prevail." And I thought that that was a very profound statement. And then her ability to relate that um, statement to something that she's currently trying to achieve, and this was a speech that was given during the time of the Cold War, was remarkable. On the positive side, let me stop saying on the positive, she was very enthusiastic when she spoke. It wasn't salesy type enthusiasm. It was just the speech. You could tell it really meant something to her. Her elocution was very good. She um, she was very precise with her wording. The only issue that I had was that when it came to the end of the sentence, there wasn't any kind of pause, comma, things along those lines. So it almost seemed as if there was just the beginning and the end, that there weren't any breaks in between her sentences. Also, she did have good eye contacts. I couldn't really see her body language because of the positioning of the camera. So, if her camera was positioned where it wasn't so close to her face, it was only a headshot, it would have been better. She did demonstrate good subject knowledge. Her intro into the speech showed that she did do some research as opposed to just pulling something and then reciting it for the sake of the assignment, which was really amazing to see. Her lighting was good. Her attire, we really couldn't see again because it was a headshot. Overall, I would give her a strong B. The only issues that I had was that we couldn't see her body language, and that it was just like one long sentence as opposed to it being broken up. The other classmate whose speech I reviewed was Paul Woods, and Paul Woods did the Whisper of AIDS. Excuse me, a Whisper of AIDS, and he in his speech really didn't explain why he chose a speech or what it meant to him. In his write-up, he did say that the AIDS epidemic is something that he feels needs to be addressed, and that people needs to be helped as opposed to judged and shut out from society, which I totally agree with. I've never heard a Whisper of AIDS, which was why I was interested to hear him recite it. He had good lighting, he had good attire. The camera was positioned so we could see most of his body. The only critiques that I had was that he didn't memorize the speech at all. He was reading from a piece of paper, so there wasn't that much eye contact. And because he was holding the notebook, we didn't really get to see any body language or movements. He didn't seem enthusiastic. He simply recited the speech, but he was very clear while he was reciting, and the subject matter was good. Again, it seemed like it was something that he did put thought into and that it meant something to him as opposed to just doing something for the assignment. For myself, when I did the speech, I think I had really good lighting, and I believe I was very enthusiastic because the speech was something that was personal to me. I didn't choose a speech from the list that was provided. I tried to find something that I could connect with and that was passionate to me. And so I feel like the subject knowledge was there. Excuse me, I keep saying However, I feel like because I was too excited and energetic about the topic that the organization in the intro wasn't as good. I could have been clearer on the subject matter and worked better to engage the audience so that it could mean something to the audience, connect with them, as opposed to them just listening to something that was powerful to me. So I would give myself a low B for that grade. And I will try and improve on that as well as saying and in the future. Have a good day.